Once, an engine attached to a train was afraid of a few drops of rain. It went into a tunnel and squeaked through it.
So I found a great deal that you may like. There are 3 engines for sale. You may bring all 3 of them on trial, if you like.
Splendid. What are they?
Well, the first 2 are both experimental designs built at Croven's Gate. One's green and is a mix between a GNR A1 and a C1. He does not have an official number yet, but they will paint a number 3 on the tender. The second is a blue engine who is completely custom built. His number is 87546.
I see. And what about the third one?
The third one is also green. However, he is an actual design, an LNER B12, I think. His number is 98462.
What are their names?
87546 has no official name. The unnumbered engine is called Henry, and 98462, I believe, is called Alfred.
Oh, heavens! Do you smell that?
What, Alfred?
Modernization, 87546. Soon this whole railway will swarm with our classes.
Welcome, Alfred and 87546.
Pleased to meet both of you.
Hello, my name is Alfred, after Sir Alfred R. Jovington, a famous designer in the LNER. Oh, and King Alfred the Great, too, of course.
Hang on. Why have you got a number 3, Alfred? I thought your number was 98462.
Well, I decided that I might as well change it, being the most likely candidate for the position of the NWR number 3.
Oh, I see. Well, no matter. Speaking of 3, where is the third engine?
Oh, Henry. He's probably broken down somewhere.
Yes, I can't tell you how much of a sad story Henry is. He's coming. Oh, I'm dreadfully sorry, sir. We had some trouble building up steam. I'm Henry, by the way.
It's all right, Henry. Glad to see you've arrived safely.
Huh. Oh, us B-12s are the finest sight on the LNER. I mean, just look at how gracefully we move along the line.
Well, that's good for you, but I'm unique. I am the only member of my class. So am I.
Only you are a pathetic sight. It's like someone sucked all the dignity out of the A1.
That wasn't my fault. Just a build error. It was fixed immediately after. I don't think the Fat Controller has time to be fixing you every day. Besides, I'm 16 years old, and I've never had any problems at all. Yeah, but be careful. One day, you might just collapse and fall apart.
Enough, you 3! Jeez, ever since you got to this railway, it's been nothing but insults to each other.
It's what gives us character.
Oh, shut up.
Come on! Come on! Hurry up, you wooden things!
Alright, don't fuss. Alright, don't fuss. Come along, dears. Mustn't be late. Here we go. Woo! What a kind engine.
Hurry up, Henry! I think I see snow on the horizon.
It's July.
Exactly!
My God, those engines are so cruel to poor Henry.
This is lovely, cruising along the countryside.
Yes, indeed. Though we need to pick up the pace a bit. We're a bit behind schedule.
Oh no, I can't really go any faster. Good Lord, Henry, I was supposed to arrive here after you had left. Talk about guaranteed connection. More like guaranteed misery.
Don't bother to argue with him. He's all stuffed up.
A little late, but thank you for a smooth ride, Henry. You're welcome.
There you are, Henry. Now look, being late coming here was one thing, but I can't have it on my passenger trains. We've had several complaints today.
Yes, sir.
And Alfred, I am very pleased with your work today. You are a very useful engine.
Why, thank you, sir.
Come on, Henry. Why aren't you steaming up?
I'm trying! It's just so damn hard!
Well, it's about time.
Boy, that locomotive's in terrible shape. Nobody wants me. It's hopeless.
Don't say that, Henry. We like you.
You do?
Yes, of course. You're so gentle with us. The other engines bump us around, especially the blue one and the other green one. But you take great care and are so smooth. We've got your back, old boy.
Why, thank you. That means a lot.
Of course. In fact, yesterday I recall one of your passengers said you were a smooth rider.
Why, yes. You know, I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna get this train on time if it's the last thing I do. Yes, I'm disabled. And I'm damn proud of it.
That's the spirit, boy. Hang on. I think some of the passengers are cheering at you. You can do it, Henry. We're sorry we were so rude, but now let's get to the station, you lovely green engine. Hang on. Oh dear, there's a red flag ahead. And there's a train there as well. What's the matter?
Stupid engine refused to fill up on water because he was impatient, and now he's stuck.
Why, it's 87546.
The other engines are pretty busy. You'll have to push him to the next station. Do you think you can?
I'm not sure.
Come on, boy. You can do it.
All right, I'll give it a try. Come on, you! Huh.
Goodness, this smoke is very dirty. There must be something wrong with Henry's firebox.
Well done, Henry. Keep going.
Just the next station.
Well done, boy! You did it! Though I must say, you don't look too well.
Well done, Henry. I'm sorry if I sounded harsh at you earlier. This definitely made up for it. Though you do look quite poorly. I don't know why, sir. This is hard building up steam.
Sir, I used to be an engine driver back in the day,
and it looks to me that this engine needs a thorough cleaning of his pipes and smoke box. Really? Yes. It's usually because the pipes are all blocked. It's common in new engines, especially thoroughbreds. Their parts just aren't used to wear and tear yet. Achoo!
Henry, you clodhopper!
Well, we'll definitely have to do what this man says. Won't we, Henry? Hello, Henry. I must say that clean-out made a huge improvement. Your work has been outstanding.
Huh.
Therefore, after great consideration, I have decided to give the number 3 to you.
What?
Sir, are you sure? Of course I am, Henry. I'm very sorry if I ever doubted you, but your dedication has inspired me. You managed to push a full train despite being obviously unwell. Well, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. What about us, sir? What do we get? You two have been a bit troublesome, especially you, Alfred. But if you both prove yourselves, you may become the Railways 4 and 5.
Hooray for Henry, the Northwestern Railway's number 3.
This is an absolute outrage! It's bad enough that I'm not number 1, but I will not take a back seat to a shunting tank engine, an old teapot, and some mixed-bred mongrel! Now, if you will excuse me, I'll get to my passenger train.
Alfred! How dare you speak to us like that? You're a disgrace to the man you were named after.
Disgrace, indeed. I'll show that had the ways of the London and Northwestern Railway.
Hello, Henry. I'm sorry Alfred was so rude to you. I was harassed a lot on my old line, but never to the point of that.
Oh, it's fine. I've recently lost all respect for him. I used to admire Alfred for how smoothly he ran, but now it's clear that his attitude is a different story.
What about 87546?
Oh, he's horrid too, but Alfred's definitely the worst of the lot.
Yes, I would agree. Oh, look. Here he comes now.
My, he's coming fast.
This is how the NWR runs, ahead of schedule.
Alfred! Slow down! You're going to crash!
Nonsense! What could possibly...
Oh no. Jump out! Are you happy, Alfred? Causing a serious accident and injuring people? Is that the way of the LNER?
Oh, no, sir.
Since I have already renewed your lease, I have no choice but to keep you. However, it seems your name and heritage have made you an arrogant engine. Therefore, you shall be painted blue, like Thomas and Edward, so we can get rid of that LNER on your tender. And to avoid disgracing Sir Jovington even more, your name will be nullified, 98462.
But, sir, you can't do that! You can't take away my name! It's...
Be grateful I'm giving you another chance, 98462. Next time, you're out of here. The same goes to you, 87546. I cannot have engines bullying and harassing others on this railway. Both of you, don't disappoint me again. Can't believe I invested in those two. Excuse me, sir. There's someone who would wish to talk to you. Really? Now, who might that be? It's, Sir Nigel Gresley. My name is Gordon, and I am an LNER A1 Pacific 462, with some modifications. I was a prototype of the A1, nicknamed the A0. My main job is to pull the express from Knapford to Barrow-in-Furness in England. I never boast, but this is the most important train on the island of Sodor as it connects Sodor to the mainland. Pip and Emma take a train from Knapford to London, but my train is special because, well, not everyone from the mainland who's going to Sodor is going to Knapford, now are they? I am the number 4 on the North Western Railway. Yes, duh.
So Gordon, can you tell us your story?
Yes I shall. My story begins back in 1922. The A1 and A3 are perhaps one of the most iconic steam engines in Britain. The only class who could be more was the A4, our cousins. But let's be honest, they don't look like real steam engines, do they? The most famous A3 is the Flying Scotsman, who is still well in steam. I was built in 1922 as one of the prototypes. We were nicknamed the A0 because of our modifications, such as a larger boiler. There were 3 of us A0s. There was me, Jeremy, and Boris. Jeremy was green like me, but Boris was in a special black livery. He liked this colour, and his livery would soon inspire the livery worn during the Second World War. Anyway, we had passed all our tests at Doncaster, and the following year we were ready to go to our new homes.
Island of Sodor? Don't you think it's a bit of a downgrade for your type?
Not really, and if it is, then I will revolutionise the railway there. Soon, us express engines will dominate the island.
Well, it was a pleasure meeting you, Gordon. Now bring that Doncaster pride into Sodor.
Sir Topham Hatt had a good image of Sir Nigel Gresley. When I was built, Gresley offered me to him for a discount price. And of course, the Fat Controller couldn't let the opportunity slide. He was in need of a fast engine, but didn't quite know how fast I could go.
Keep to the speed limits, Gordon. We're not running a race.
No, indeed, but we must make a grand entrance, of course. I arrived at Knapford on the 4th of April, 1923. And I tell you, the engines were impressed when they saw me.
Oh my God! Look at that!
Even I must say so too. Welcome, you must be Gordon. I'm Sir Topham Hatt. I know very well who you are, sir. Pleasure to be here. Oh my goodness, we have the same voice. Why, yes, we do. Well, anyway, pleasure to be here. And pleasure to meet you all, yes. Very pleased.
Is there something wrong?
Oh no, of course not. Just used to the bustling crowds of London, that's all. You will all learn the ways of the LNER.
Another LNER. This is perfect.
Well, hello there.
Hello. You must be one of the A1s.
It's Gresley's newest engine.
A new engine? Oh, how impressive!
And you must be an LNER B12. Oh, they had lots of those in London. Quite fine engines. What's your name?
Why, thank you. And, well, I used to be called Alfred, but after an unfortunate circumstance that name was withdrawn. And so now I am simply 98462.
Withdrawn? What do you mean?
I used to be apple green, just like you. That was until that most dreadful experience I had. The Fat Controller blamed it all on me, and took away my LNER heritage by painting me blue and taking away my name.
Goodness gracious! How awful! Why would the Fat Controller do such a thing?
Sir Topham Hatt has a fear of modernization, apparently. He did not approve of my,
Darwinist ideas about change. He's, well, the best way I could describe it is he's a socialist. Doesn't like big companies like LNER interfering with his own business.
Don't worry. I'm sure I'll change his views on the idea of revolutionizing.
I'm sure you will, Gordon. You're just the right engine for bringing me back into the spotlight.
Hello, Gordon. What do you think of our railway?
It's quite splendid. Quite a nice change compared to the hustle and bustle of the mainland. I'll say this is quite a fine railway.
That's great.
Anything you were, displeased about? Well, not really, but actually, there was one thing that I did not approve of.
What's that?
The treatment of the Blue B-12. Is it true that his name was withdrawn from him?
Oh, you must be talking about 98462. Don't listen to him, he's nasty.
Why should I think that? He's very polite, and his name is Alfred. Polite? Gordon, 98642 was nothing but trouble when he came to the island.
He's right. That engine's arrogance is just horrendous. He has said nothing but insults to us ever since he arrived, along with 87546 over there.
Well, it's not like you didn't fuel the arguments.
87546, we did absolutely nothing to provoke him. We were polite to him, but he only called us names. He is nothing but a plain bully.
Even so, nullifying an engine's name is quite disgraceful.
Yes, Gordon, it is quite a disgrace, and that's why it happened to Alfred. Alfred is also a disgrace. He's despicable.
Henry just has a prejudice against full-bred engines.
If you want to know an example of why we do not like 98462, it's because of what he called Henry. He called him
Alfred called me a mongrel.
What? I can't believe that.
An LNER express engine using language like that? I'm sure he must have been joking. I agree.
He was most certainly not joking, Gordon, I'll tell you that.
Goodness gracious.
Well, I think we should stop the negative talk, don't you think? I'll see for myself whose side I should be on.
Suit yourself.
Gordon, you'll be pulling the first high-speed express today to Vickerstown. I will be riding on board with inspectors and enthusiasts. Of course, sir. I'll go and fetch the railwaymen, but remember to be at the station in half an hour. I'll be right on time and spick and span. That's the way of the LNER.
Ah, Gordon! Taking the express today, I see.
Yes, I am.
Splendid.
Now, I'm sure the others have already told you their side of the story about me, and I must admit, some of it is true. I did give Henry that poorly chosen use of derogatory, but I never meant any of it in the slightest. Just a mere slip of the tongue, if you know what I mean.
Indeed. I'll decide for myself which side to be on, if you don't mind.
Of course you should. But in the end, I pray you do not select the wrong side, my dear friend.
Hurry up! I can't be late on the first run.
I think someone's being a bit bossy.
Pah! Hurry, hurry, hurry!
Trickety truck, trickety truck!
89, 90. Almost there, chap. The 6th of April, 1923 was by no doubt the best day of my life.
My goodness!
At around 10:16 a.m., I reached 100 miles per hour. 98, 99, 100! You've done it, boy! I knew I could do it. Come on, coaches. We've still got a long way to go. Whoa, Gordon. Easy does it. Well done, boy. Goodness, we're over 20 minutes early. Goodness gracious, how did you manage to reach such a speed? It's what I was built for, sir. Top speed of 100 miles per hour. 100 miles per hour?! Alright, Gordon. What you showed me today was more than I needed to see.
Ha! Going down the line at that speed will only knock him to bits.
Be quiet, 98462. You and your minion 87546 have already caused enough trouble this week. Now then, Gordon, it's clear to me that the Express would benefit enormously from you. Therefore, I, and many others, agree that it would be best if the number 4 belonged to you. Why, sir, it would be an honor. Thank you so much.
Welcome to the Northwestern Railway, Gordon.
Same here.
Hold on! I'm sorry, but first you deny me number 3, and now you push me back again? I recall you saying you would give me an 87546 the next numbers.
Only if you behaved, which you two have most certainly not.
I beg your pardon?
Like I literally just said, you both have been nothing but trouble since you got here. I'm starting to wonder why I've kept giving you second chances, 98462. Now, good day.
It's Alfred!
Well, bust my buffers. What a scoundrel.
Well, I guess your plan didn't work.
Yes, so as you probably guessed, Alfred was a bit of a whiner. Oh well, we'll get back to him later. Anyway, I was given a new coat of paint, and I decided to choose a color more to my liking.
My goodness! Gordon, is that you? Or has 87546 gone quite fat all of a sudden?
What do you think?
Why did you choose blue?
To fit in with the family, of course. And I always liked blue as well. Never was a fan of that apple green.
I could beg to differ.
I see the painters did a lovely good job, Gordon. Now all we need to do is repaint Henry, and we'll not be able to tell our engines apart. Probably not a good idea, sir. Even with their different paintwork, I still mix up Henry and 87546. Oh, that's funny. I better be off now. Remember to be a really useful engine, Gordon. Goodbye, sir, and don't worry. Us Doncaster drawn never fail to impress.
Doncaster drawn indeed. What in the blooming world were you thinking?
Thinking about what, Mr. Tantrum?
Painting over your NWR paint with that disgusting bright blue. That's just disgraceful! Do you know how much of an insult that is to them?
Well, much less than you.
Oh, how lovely. He's throwing insults.
98462. I am now fully understanding why the others treat you the way they do. You're absolutely horrid. Every time I've seen you, you've been an absolute ass. Yes, I consider myself superior to little engines like Edward too, but the way you act is just monstrous. You're selfish, arrogant, and quite frankly, one of the rudest engines I've known. I wanted to get to know you at first, but now my mind is in the complete opposite direction.
Is that so?
Yes, it is so. Remember all those years of abuse at me? I tell you, I did not enjoy those.
I cannot believe what this really has come to.
Neither can I, having you around.
Will you shut up, you great, big, blue, wretched, steaming hippopotamus?
Why, you insolent son of a...
Ah! Why, you...
Guys, stop it!
Come on, Alfred. Show him who's boss. What the hell is going on?
Well, good riddance.
Be quiet and get the hell out of here.
Gordon, I am very disappointed with your behavior today. You could have caused a serious accident. I'm very sorry, sir. Look, I know 98462 probably said some things, but still, you should know better than to biff other engines around. Yes, sir, I'm sorry. You are forgiven this time, but don't let it happen again. Understood? Yes, sir. It was at that moment I felt something that Alfred probably would never have felt. Shame. Remorse for my actions. I rarely ever admit to shame, but it is what makes an engine a proper engine. A really useful engine. After that incident, I hardly ever talked with Alfred again. I avoided him. And boy, did it work wonders. Never again did I have an incident with him.
What happened to him?
Well, I'll get to that in a minute. It's not very nice to talk about, to be honest. Yeah, anyway, the year 1923 came to an end, and 1924 was quite eventful. Edward the Blue engine began to be used less, as he wasn't as strong as the rest of us. The strength of engines like me and Henry was far more than his. However, after he helped me up a hill after some troublesome trucks held me back, the Fat Controller brought him back into regular service.
From what I heard, you just refused to try.
Well, you must have heard the story wrong, my dear chap. But anyway, Alfred's first accident in the ocean must have scarred Henry, and he was afraid of getting his paint ruined. One day, he made the quite idiotic choice to hide in a tunnel, refusing to come out. After many failed and quite honestly pathetic attempts to get him out, the Fat Controller simply built a brick wall in front of Henry and left him in the tunnel. He was there for over a month, until one day my safety valve burst, and Henry was the only engine strong enough to pull the train. Thomas did his usual cheeky pranks while shunting, and Edward and Eagle both took the local trains. In 1925, the LMS and the NWR had an agreement to allow the express to run all the way to Barrow-in-Furness in England, allowing a better connection to London. And as we hit the year 1925, we hit the end of Alfred. You see, Alfred never improved at all. One day, the Fat Controller realized how idiotic he was for keeping him on Sodor, and made arrangements for him to be sent away. And of course, like you would think, Alfred did not take this well. As a matter of fact, it made him,
Cross? Furious?
Well, yes, but it also made him insane. He went mad, bonkers, mentally disturbed.
It's over. All over. No escape.
Oh, do stop complaining.
Why? There's nothing not to complain about.
If you keep up an attitude like that, there won't. What about your LNER business?
LNAR indeed. The LNER has betrayed me, now I come to think of it.
Rubbish!
When Gordon came to Sodor, I had hope. I thought I was to be brought out of this misery at last. But now I realize that instead of becoming my rescuer, Gordon has become my replacement! These engines have all treated me like a dirty rat!
Oh, shut up.
You shut up, you fool!
So, more engines come to Sodor, and it becomes a really useful railway for Sir Topham Hatt. Modernization progresses, but one engine won't be there to see it happen. 98462, Alfred, is sentenced to the scrapyard, broken up, melted in the smoldering hellfires of foundries, recycled, no longer important, no longer needed.
I think not! Two very special engines shall take my place. After all, they can't be really useful if they're scrapped!
What the hell is wrong with you? You're having a mental breakdown.
Henry the Green Engine and Gordon the Big Engine, together you will both burn in the fires of hell!
Sometimes it's really hard to be such a large and splendid engine. One does have to keep up appearances, so...
Wake up, lazy bones. Do some hard work for a change.
Oh, Thomas, you wretched scoundrel! Oh, there goes old Sourpot. What are you doing, Gordon? Resting. An important engine like me needs lots of it. Do try to keep that filthy threat away from me. Pah! Hang on. That sounds like an engine. How can it be? No engine's supposed to come through here for at least another hour. That sounds like Alfred, but what's he doing with all those tankers?
At long last, my revenge is about to be completed!
Oh crap, he's on the same line!
Oh, Gordon, Henry, you have a very important passenger to meet today, and his name is Lucifer!
Oh God! Oh my God! What the hell just happened? I have seen many sights in my life, but none as disturbing as the burning wreckage of number 98462. He probably thought that putting box fans between him and the tankers would shield him from the impact. Guess not. He was completely destroyed, with mangled and charred pieces everywhere. Alfred was dead.
I cannot believe it. This is just horrific.
He was trying to murder us. Isn't it obvious?
No, we mustn't jump to conclusions, but I think that unfortunately that was the case.
He yelled burn in hell or something like that. So most likely.
We don't know what was going on through his mind, but whatever happened, it was very traumatizing, especially for me and Henry. Both of us kept asking the same questions. Was it our fault? Were we too harsh on Alfred? And if we had never come to Sodor, would Alfred still be here? Despite how atrocious and despicable Alfred was, we felt guilt for him, and boy did he haunt me. Oh Lord, I just can't comprehend it.
Neither can I.
There must have been something we could have done.
No, Gordon, there wasn't.
Alfred could still have been here if he didn't come into the picture.
Maybe he would have, Gordon, but listen to me. I've thought this whole thing over, and yes, Alfred may still be here if we didn't come, but he also maybe wouldn't have. Gordon, this is not your fault at all. Yes, you may have had an argument or two, but remember, Gordon, I was built in the same factory as him. He was nothing but abusive, and he could have changed, yes, but he chose not to, and that is entirely up to him. While the majority of engines hopefully do change, there are some that just don't, and Alfred was one of them. We gave him a chance, but he let his anger get the better of him. Therefore, he made a very poor choice. If he had come to me and was truly sorry, I would have welcomed him as a good friend. But he didn't, so the fault is all on him.
You know, you're absolutely right, Henry. Maybe he would still be here if we hadn't come along. But he had a choice, and he chose poorly.
Exactly. Say, shall we form an alliance?
An alliance?
You help me and I'll help you.
Sounds good to me. Right you are.
Good. That's settled then.
Yeah, we've had an occasional argument. Since then, Henry and I have been good friends, stronger than before. After that, Alfred's remains were sent away to be scrapped. Of course, the Fat Controller never really liked to talk about it, and the Thin Clergyman decided quite rightfully to keep 98462 out of his books, except for a few pictures. When asked about him, he simply responded that he was sent away for being nasty and rude. And he was. It's just he never said he was sent away in pieces. And not too long after, the Fat Controller sent 87546 away too. He hadn't approved of his attitude either. We don't know exactly where 87546 went, but eventually he ended up at the scrapyard at Barrow. Of course, he got more than he deserved. The government of Sodor was looking for an engine to transport the governor, and they happened to come across him. As you've probably guessed by now, he became the governor's private engine, and was named Proven. Eagle went back to his heritage railway in 1929, but he came back briefly to help with the heavy passenger load in 1950. He's still there, giving rides to enthusiasts. Adam and Wallace was sold to a wealthy Rotarian on the mainland in 1931, and I believe they're a working exhibit at a museum somewhere now. Clive, Neil, and Matthew were sent to India in 1941. 4 years later, we got our number 5 engine. But I think it would be best if he himself told it.
Well, thank you for telling us your story, Gordon. It was such an honor hearing from you.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Always glad to talk about my history, because, you know, I am the most important engine. Just look at how I run.